Hello and welcome. Today I'm bringing you a 60 FPS match. I am in the tier 7 Japanese battleship, the mighty Nagato. And this is a Nagato match to end all Nagato matches. I don't think I have ever had a Nagato match this great. So I see a Nuremberg at 19 kilometers. I decide to fire because there's no reason not to fire. I don't lose anything from it, and I mean, it's unlikely that I get anything from it, but sometimes you get lucky. Like this. Boom. That Nuremberg is gone. First volley in the game, and it was a kill from full HP. So, next I see a Minakazu coming. She is coming around the island. I have a Warspite here as well, so I think taking care of that destroyer is rather important. So I have my guns pointed towards her and I will fire when she appears. Okay, firing. And I take 4700 of the Minakazu's HP, and the Warspite takes the rest. And that Warspite is gone instantly as well. And it hasn't even been 4 minutes into the game. The interesting thing with this match is that I was supposed to be sleeping, but I got cold called by my service provider who wanted to sell me a tablet, which was annoying and didn't let me sleep because it was like 9 AM. And I had been playing like all night. So anyways, I see another cruiser, a Königsberg, that is showing me broadside, so I take my shot at 15 kilometers. And just an overpen. Oh well. It happens. But I think that Königsberg is not going to have a very good time because of how close she is to all of our ships. I mean, okay, our Myoko is getting destroyed by that Königsberg, but I mean, I am a Nagato. I was thinking of firing at that Kiev because, you know, I could finish her off, but somebody else already did, so there's no point in wasting my shot. So let's try a shot on the Königsberg again. Seems like a good one. Oh well. 3 overpens, I think. Sometimes it happens. I guess maybe if I had aimed... Actually, I don't think aiming any differently would have made a difference there. I mean, it would have made a difference there, but it came down to RNG. So now that the Königsberg is behind an island, I don't think I can really fire at her. So it's time to take a shot at one of these battleships like this New Mexico, because she is showing me broadside and is at 13 kilometers. So I'll try my best. Ooh, seems like a nice volley. And boom! Another 21,000 damage on the New Mexico. Nice citadel, so let's try to follow up with the next volley. Keep my nose... Essentially, I want to keep going mostly straight ahead. I'm going to slow down only a little bit because that usually messes with people's heads when they fire. I'm going to aim a bit higher than the exact waterline because I think that she is moving a tiny bit away from me. And 2 citadels and boom goes the New Mexico. Excellent! This is really excellent right now. And that Königsberg is going down as well. I don't think it would be worth it for me to fire a volley. It would be kill securing mostly. I mean, kill securing definitely has its usefulness, so I'll try if I can. Because right now the Königsberg was surviving for a bit too long for my taste, but somebody else took the kill. I guess it does make sense, because, you know, they were firing way more at her than I was. But now I have a Warspite at 10 kilometers. Sadly, she is moving away and pointed away from me as well, so it's unlikely for my volley to do all that much. And the Fusa is firing at our Cleveland. I think I should fire at the Warspite and then turn my ship around, because if you look at what's going on the minimap, the trouble is that we are all on this side of the map. There is only 2 friendly ships on the other side of the map, and the enemies could potentially push through into our cap from that side, and that could just lead to a really unfortunate loss. I mean, look, we even see a destroyer that's over there, and I think our destroyer is going to meet its end. So I tell my team this as well, that we should be heading back. It would be nice if I didn't have to go back, because I am Nagato, so I'm not the fastest battleship around. But if nobody else is going, then I will have to. Yes, we could push into their cap quickly, but I think that it might be a bit too risky, because their ships are around their cap more or less, so they could tie us up and make us unable to cap, and then just have some ships on their side go and get our cap, and that would just lose us the game, which, you know, you don't really want to do. Anyways, I see a Nürnberg at 17 kilometers, so let's try another shot. I am a bit below what seems to be the waterline, because she appears to be coming a little bit closer to me. But I think she turned away a bit more, so... But I got lucky. I still got a citadel hit, and because she doesn't appear to have an upgraded hull, I think, that took half her HP. So I used my other two guns, but she was turning, trying to dodge, so I managed to be unable to hit. But then again, she is in open waters, so there is nowhere really she could run, so I guess I'll try using my two guns again. Although, I guess if I could have just fired like a full volley, I might have been able to take her out at that point. Oh well. And another citadel, and already high caliber. Less than 9 minutes into the match, and I sank another Nürnberg. It seems that my team is not very intent on heading back towards our cap, even though I told them to do so, or at least warned. So I guess I will have to do that. And I am already moving in that direction anyway, so it's not the worst deal, but it does mean I can't really fight enemies. I would have really liked to fight that Warspite or Fuso that's near their caps. But you can't get everything you want. I guess I can fire at that Cleveland instead then. Although a battleship would have been a nice fight. I don't think the second part of my volley was very good, because she appeared to be coming closer and I think I aimed a bit too high. But then again, if we're honest, those shells spliced her. That is, some shells flew over and the others flew too short. So I guess I did get a bit unlucky there. But I guess considering the luck I've had today, or considering the luck I've had in this match, I don't really mind. Because I think I'm definitely, you know, ahead on the curve. The thing is that it's only a Congo on that side, so we definitely need to help that side. So I'll essentially be heading towards our cap, because I think that's the important part that I need to protect. It's not the most important for me to be able to kill this Cleveland and the destroyer, but it's... oh, and the cruiser that's following there as well. But what's really important is to defend the cap. And since I'm an almost full HP battleship with 5 heals left, I think I can do that for quite a while, especially against the Cleveland. That was a decent volley. It did some damage, but not quite enough. So now I guess I'll be sailing empty a bit, because there's nothing in range. I guess that Fusa is more or less in range inside their cap, but because I mean, I could probably fire at her, and the shells could potentially hit, but because she is outside of my weapons range, I can't select the ship, which means that my dispersion would be way higher, and I don't think it's worth it to try to fire that shot. Especially because I could only fire my back guns, and I would have to turn them in a way that wouldn't be very nice for the following engagement once I get around this island. Not to mention, I think I've already gone past the point that I could fire now, so maybe my guns wouldn't even have been able to turn in time. Oh yeah, by the way, at the end of the video there will be my captain skills and modules that I'm using in this match. Also, the interesting thing with this match is that this match actually gave me enough experience to essentially unlock the Amagi. So the match to end all Nagato matches gave me the Amagi. But yeah, now I can see the Cleveland, who is obviously trying to fire at me, and I will try firing back at her. Although she has her nose more or less pointed towards me, which makes this volley really difficult to fire, it's still worth it to try. And yeah, boom goes the Cleveland, because I got another Citadel, and I already have Confederate now as well. Quite an amazing... oh wow, I got high caliber before Confederate. That's quite something. Anyways, like I said, it is worth it to try to fire those shots, because sometimes they work out. Now there's a Kirov that I'm going to fight. I don't think I'll be able to fight that Fuso in this match, although I think that Fuso on the enemy team has done really well. Look at the amount of ships she has been fighting, and she has survived all this time. But now it's a fight against the Kirov. I definitely have the advantage. Sadly, my volley was a bit too short. This Kirov is definitely trying to dodge as well, so I have to watch out for that one. Also, I love the name Kirov, mainly because of Red Alert 2. You know, the Kirov reporting stuff. She is still showing broadside, which is a bit of a mistake, but then again I can penetrate her from any angle. She is turning, so I have to do a really good prediction on how to aim. So let's try. Okay, that's some respectable damage. Only one shell hit, but it penetrated, so it did 4,000 damage. I think the Kirov is making a mistake. I don't think it is a good idea to fire AP at me right now. I think HE would have been way more effective. But AP is effective against the cruiser behind me. But she still has to deal with me, although I think the Kirov has torpedoes, right? But then again, she is so close that, yeah, boom goes the Kirov. And that's how you have an amazing Nagato match. 5,513 experience, 375k credits on a tier 7, Confederate First Blood, Kraken Unleashed, 2 devastating strikes, and high caliber, 5 ships destroyed, 9 Citadel hits, even though I only had 25 hits. 2,450 base experience, while number 2 in the game is 1,100 only. I'm at 2.3 times the base experience of everyone else, and I dealt over 141k damage in 14 minutes. Think about that. That's 10,000 damage a minute on average. So on the Nagato, I used the following. In terms of modules, I obviously use main battery modification one because of, you know, lower detonations. Then gunfire control system for lower dispersion, although the AA gun upgrade is fine as well because it gives AA range, so that's a nice thing to have. Secondaries aren't that useful in my opinion because the amount of times you will actually deal with secondaries is rather low. Obviously going to reduce the chance of fire because that's the only thing that you really care about. These other ones are so rare they don't matter. And this one is even better, although the other ones here are useful too. I think damage control system modification 2 is the best one because it reduces the duration of fire and flooding. You will be set on fire, which you cannot damage control partly. So this essentially lowers the amount of damage you will take from those. In terms of captain skills, I use basics of survivability, expert marksman, then superintendent, and advanced firing training, and I also got situational awareness. I don't actually know if this skill build is the best one. I definitely recommend getting this ability based on survivability, faster turret rotation, and superintendent. Advanced firing training is probably useful because it increases your AA battery range and it also increases your secondary battery range, but that one isn't as important. And situational awareness is just always nice to have. In those situations you are against like 1 or 2 enemy ships, you will know whether they are behind an island or not, in terms of whether they can spot you or not. So that's it. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe and thanks for watching.